Hello my dear students, a very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome back to your favorite channel NEET World. This is Vasavi Ma'am, your biology educator. Yes, so students, in the previous session so far we have done about the digestive system of the cockroach as well as the excretory system of the cockroach, right my dear students? Yes. So coming towards the today's particular session, we are going to cover three more important type studies of the cockroach, that is nothing but blood vascular system of the cockroach as well as the nervous system and respiratory system of the cockroach, right my dear students. So these three are the most important type studies. So among these three, the blood vascular system of the cockroach as well as the respiratory system of the cockroach. Okay, so these two type studies are most important for the IPE point of view, right? Yes. So yes students, let us have a look on the circulatory system of the cockroach. Yes. So coming towards the circulatory system of the cockroach, yes, so these particular question, okay, so this particular question, the circulatory system of the cockroach is going to appear in your examination for sure for 8 marks my dear students, okay. So from this particular question, you can cover both the 4 marker type of questions as well as the 8 marker type of questions, okay. So when compared to the digestive system, excretory system as well as the respiratory system of the cockroach, the blood vascular system of the cockroach is most easy and you can attempt it very smoothly my dear students, okay. Yes, so please yes, stay tuned until the session gets end. Yes, get ready with your notes and pens, everything. Yes. So without any delay, let us get started with the session. Yes students. So yes, so when it comes to the blood vascular system of the Periplaneta americana, yes. So before starting this, so there are mostly two main types of circulatory systems. One is the open circulatory system and the closed circulatory system, okay. So first let us understand what happens in the open circulatory system, okay. Yes. So let me draw it here itself my dear students, yes. So in the open circulatory system, the blood flows from the arteries, isn't it? Yes. So let me choose it, yes. Yes students. So in the open circulatory systems, okay, consider it is as arteries, okay. So in the open circulatory system, the blood flows and the blood comes from the arteries, okay, and next here are the tissues, right, and next one veins, okay. So completely in the open circulatory system, the blood which is going to come from the arteries, okay. So from the arteries, the blood is going to be completely, okay, so it is going to be completely circulated to the tissues, okay. So in the open circulatory system, only the blood flows and the blood comes from the arteries and all the tissues, okay, all the inside these tissues, the blood is going to be circulated and then next it is going to be transported with the help of the veins and then next it is going to transport to the entire body parts, right my dear students. So here only arteries and veins are present but the capillaries are absent, okay. So that is in the open circulatory system, okay. So here are the tissues and completely these tissues are filled, okay, these tissues are going to be circulated with the blood, okay. So here we cannot find, here the blood is not going to be bound by the any membrane my dear students, okay. So this is the major difference, okay, that you all need to understand between the open circulatory system and the closed circulatory system, okay. Yes. So the, just please understand, yes. So it is the arteries, from the arteries the blood flows and the tissues, okay, the tissues whatever they are present over here, they are completely circulated and the organs are going to be bathed with the blood, okay, and next they are going to be yes, next they are going to be sent out, the blood is going to be sent and it is going to be distributed to the entire body with the help of the veins, okay. So here we cannot find the capillaries my dear students, okay, only arteries and the veins, okay. So this is the open circulatory system, okay. So now when it comes to the closed circulatory system, okay, so in the closed circulatory system, okay, the tissues, can you see this my dear students, is the color is visible to all of you? Yes. So let me choose the black, okay, yes. So can you see? Yes. So in the closed circulatory system, yes. So in the closed circulatory system, the blood which comes from the arteries, okay, the blood which comes from the arteries, it is going to be transported, okay, with the help of the veins it is going to be circulated to the entire body. But the exchange of the materials, okay, the exchange of materials is going to be taken place with the help of the capillaries, okay. So, can you see here my dear students? So, with the help of the capillaries all the materials are going to be exchanged, okay, and then next the remaining blood is going to be sent out and it is going to be distributed to the entire body, yes. So, clear my dear students, but in the closed circulatory system there is no much pressure my dear students, okay. So, in the closed circulatory system due to the presence of the capillaries, the pressure is going to be reduced, okay. Due to the presence of the capillaries, what happens my dear students? The pressure is going to be reduced and freely the exchange of materials is going to be taken place, and next all the blood is going to be circulated to the entire body, right. But when it comes to the open circulatory system, there we can find only the arteries and veins, the capillaries are absent, and the blood is okay, it is not going to be bound by the any membrane, and freely the blood is going to be circulated to the tissues, okay. So, this is just the general introduction about the open circulatory system and the closed circulatory system, as you all know. But now as we are going to discuss about the blood vascular system or else the circulatory system of the cockroach, you all need to remember that the circulatory system of the cockroach is of open type my dear students, okay. So, here all the visceral organs whatever they are going to be present, okay. So, completely they are present freely inside the body cavity, okay, and it is of open circulatory system, okay. So, here the capillaries are absent, yes, okay, yes students, okay. So, now yes, so just now the class has been started, all the online students, no need to worry, okay. So, let us so let us continue the class smoothly and yes, stay tuned with the extreme patience my dear students, okay. Yes, so quickly before starting the session, quickly take the screenshot of this particular slide, okay, yes, yes students, yes. So, now when it comes to the blood vascular system of the cockroach, first you need to understand what are the components of the circulatory system, okay, what are the main components present in the circulatory system of the cockroach, okay. So, let us understand my dear students. So, if you look here in the cockroach itself, open circulatory system in the sense all the visceral organs are bathed freely within the hemocoel, okay. So, now what is hemocoel, okay. So, before understanding that, first look into this, yes, components. What are the components my dear students? What are the main components? What are the main blood vascular components present in the cockroach? Yes, yes, okay. Yes, look into this particular slide. Yes, just a minute. Yes. So, when it comes to the components of the cockroach, okay, when it comes to the blood vascular system components, mainly, okay. So, as we are discussing about the circulatory system, without blood there will be no circulatory system, right. But here the blood component, okay, the blood in the blood vascular system, the blood of the cockroach, okay. So, the blood of the cockroach is colorless my dear students, okay. So, it is colorless, okay. So, when it compared to the human beings, okay, so in our body the color of the blood is red in color, right. So, it is red in color due to the presence of the pigment, that is nothing but the hemoglobin, right, okay. So, I am just comparing, okay, I am just comparing the differences between the human circulatory system as well as the cockroach circulatory system, okay. So, in the cockroach it is of open circulatory system, but inside the humans it is of closed circulatory system, and the blood flows and it is going to be circulated and distributed to the entire body, okay. But when it comes to the circulatory system of the cockroach, here when it comes to the components, when it comes to the circulatory system components, the blood in the cockroach is of colorless, okay. So, hence it is colorless, hence we are calling it as hemolymph my dear students, okay. Okay, hence we are calling it as the hemolymph, okay. So, it is colorless, okay. So, it is not going to have the RBCs, okay. So, there is no red blood cells, but there is one exception my dear students, okay. Inside the blood vascular system, the blood of the cockroach is colorless and it is called as hemolymph, but it is also going to contain the plasma. Okay. Along with the plasma, there are some special cells. Okay. There are some special primitive type of WBCs. Okay. So, there are some special type of primitive type of WBCs, white blood cells. Those are called as proleukocytes. Okay. So, it is not going to have the RBCs, but it is going to have what, my dear students? It is going to have the proleukocytes. Okay. Proleukocytes. What is the major function of the proleukocytes? They are going to act. Okay. They are going to perform like phagocytosis. Okay. So, they are phagocytotic in nature. Okay. If any foreign materials are going to enter inside the body of the cockroach, inside the blood vascular system, then easily the phagocytotic action is going to be taken place, and they are going to kill, and they are going to capture the microorganisms. Okay. Yes. So, instead of RBCs, the primitive type of WBCs are present, those are called as the proleukocytes. Yes. Clear with the blood clear with the blood, my dear students. So, here the blood is colorless. Okay. Here we cannot find the RBCs, hence as it is a colorless, it is called as hemolymph. Okay. So, along with this, what we have learned? Yes, here there is no pigment. Okay. So, here there is no pigment, and here there is no relationship between the respiratory system and the blood vascular system. Okay. So, completely it is separate, my dear students. Okay. So, here the hemolymph is not going to transport the oxygen to the entire body parts. Okay. But there is a special system, that is a respiratory system, that we are going to discuss now. But here, as if now we are dealing with the blood vascular system, it has no role in transporting the oxygen to the entire body. Yes. So, clear with the blood? Yes. So, next when it comes to, yes students, so when it comes to the heart. Okay. So, under the components of the blood vascular system, we have done with the blood. Okay. And next one, when it comes to the heart. Okay. So, students, all the online students, just quickly answer me, how many chambers of the heart we can find in the human beings. Okay. So, generally it is we are going to contain 4 chambers, right, 2 auricles and 2 ventricles. Okay. But when it comes to the Periplaneta americana circulatory system, here the heart of the cockroach is of how many chambers, my dear students? 13 chambered heart. Okay. I am going to show you the visuals. First, let us have a look on these most important NCERT lines. Yes. Okay. The heart of the cockroach is divided, and it is very tubular in nature, and it is made up of 13 chambers, my dear students. Yes. So, once if you imagine, okay, if we have the 13 chambered heart, what happens, my dear students? Then it is going to be our body is going to be very elaborated, and it is going to give a weird appearance, like, okay. But when it comes to the cockroach, only 13 chambered heart we can find, and it is of tubular, my dear students. Okay. 13 chambered heart is going to be present, and yes, it is tubular in nature. Okay. Clear? So, now the heart of the cockroach, okay, the heart of the cockroach is located in the dorsal side. Okay. Yes. So, before understanding this, first you people just have a look on this particular slide. Okay. Yes. So, this is the dorsal side. Okay. In the dorsal side of the cockroach, in the dorsal part, we can find 13 chambered heart. Okay. 13 chambered heart is present at the dorsal side. Okay. And next one, if we look into the flow of the blood. Okay. So, in our body, the blood is going to flow at any place. Okay. So, it is going to be flow, and it is going to be distributed to the entire body. But when it comes, yes, but when it comes to the cockroach, the flow of blood is from back to the front, my dear students. Okay. So, it is going to have only one particular direction, and that one particular direction is nothing but the flow of blood. The blood is going to flow from the back to the front. Okay. And where the heart is located, my dear students? In the dorsal part. Okay. In the dorsal part, 13 chambered tubular heart is going to be present. Okay. Yes. So, once you all of you just take the screenshot of this particular slide, and then next we are going to look into the visuals. Okay. Yes, blood flow is from back to the front, and the heart is 13 chambered tubular, and it is located at the dorsal part. Okay. And next one, vessels. When it comes to the blood vessels, okay, as if now just now we have discussed the blood vascular system is of open type, okay, it is going to have the open circulatory system. It is only going to contain arteries and veins. For the exchange of materials, we cannot find the capillaries, okay. So, capillaries are absent in the circulatory system of the cockroach, okay. Freely the blood is going to be transported and the blood is going to flow from the arteries, and easily it is going to be distributed inside the visceral parts, all the organs, okay. All the body parts and all the visceral organs like the alimentary canal, esophagus, digestive system, excretory system, each and everything, okay. All these body parts are going to be freely floating, okay. All these are going to be present freely inside the and they are going to be circulated freely in the hemolymph only, my dear students. Yes. And next one, if we look into the sinuses, okay. What is sinuses, my dear students? What is sinus? So, the sinus is nothing but the open space, okay. The sinus is nothing but the open space where actually the blood is going to be flown, okay. So, the sinus is nothing but the open place, okay. So, the open space where actually the blood of the cockroach is going to be flow, okay. So, that is called as sinus. Now, how many types of sinus, okay, how many types of sinuses we can find in the cockroach? First type is head sinus. It is going to contain the head sinus, in the sense the head region where freely the blood is going to flow. And next one, pericardial sinus, okay. Pericardial sinus is nothing but the space, the open space where the blood flows freely in the presence of heart. And next one, when it comes to the perivisceral sinus, okay. So, the perivisceral sinus is nothing but the largest open space where the digestive system of the cockroach, excretory system and different types of systems are present, and where the blood flows freely inside the body, okay. And next one, perineural sinus, okay. Perineural sinus in the sense the open space where we can find the nerve cord, okay, and there the blood is going to flow. Clear, my dear students? So, this is just a short description, okay. I am going to explain you in detail, okay. It is just about the components of the blood, okay. It is just about the components of the blood vascular system. It is going to have the blood, okay, blood, and next one, heart, vessels and sinus, okay. When it comes to the heart, mainly the heart of the cockroach is located in the dorsal side. It is very tubular and 13 chambers we can find, my dear students, okay. And if we look into the blood flow, the flow of the blood is from the back to the front, okay. It never flows from the front to the back. And next, when it comes to the blood, when it comes to the blood, it is of colorless, hence it is called as the hemolymph. It is not going to contain the RBCs and it is not going to contain any pigment, and there is no relationship between the respiratory system and the circulatory system, okay. So, here the circulatory system is not going to have any role in the transportation of the oxygen, okay. But if you are not going to transport the oxygen, what happens, my dear students? Obviously, it is going to die, right. So, to prevent that, there is one special system that is called as the tracheal system. I am going to explain you, no need to worry about that. And next, when it comes to the vessels, okay, we can find only arteries and the veins. The capillaries are absent, hence there is no relationship, and hence the exchange of materials cannot takes place. When it comes to the sinus, sinus is nothing but the open space where the blood of the cockroach flows freely, okay. It is divided into head sinus, pericardial sinus and the perivisceral sinus and the perineural sinus. Clear? Yes. So, now all of you just have a look on these particular diagram, okay. Yes. So, if you are perfect with these particular, yes. So, if you all are going to have a proper look on this particular slide, then you are going to understand these particular concept very easily, my dear students. Yes. So, just please have a look whatever I am drawing here. Yes. Okay. So, in the cockroach we can find only the external segmentation, right. We can find only the external segmentation. If you have any doubts regarding these particular segmentation and the morphology, you can easily watch the live sessions in our YouTube channel NEET World, okay. So, under these completely the morphology part has been done along with the NEET previous year questions as well. Yes. So, the external segmentation is present in the cockroach, but when it comes to the internal segmentation, it has been divided with the help of diaphragm, okay. Yes, my dear students. can you see, just please you people just go on looking whatever I am drawing here, okay. Yes. So, the internal segmentation is made up of what, my dear students? The internal segmentation is made up of the diaphragm, okay. The diaphragm is going to be divided into 3 different types, okay. Yes. So, this will be the first one, second one, third one and fourth one, okay. So, this is the diaphragm. The diaphragm is going to be divided into 3 main types, and the internal segmentation has been made with the help of the presence of the diaphragm only, my dear students, okay. So, here what happens actually in the sense, the diaphragm of the cockroach, okay. So, the diaphragm of the cockroach is perforated in the sense it is going to have a few open valves, okay. It is going to have the pores through which the blood is going to be transported from one open space to the another open space. Are you understanding, my dear students? When it comes to the human diaphragm, in our body, due to the presence of the diaphragm, okay, the diaphragm has been divided into, okay, due to the presence of the diaphragm, it is going to separate the, yes, it is going to separate the thoracic region and abdominal region, okay, in our body, right. So, due to the presence of the diaphragm, it is going to divide completely and separately. Thoracic region is going to be separated and abdominal region is going to be separated, right. But due to the presence of the diaphragm in our body, we cannot exchange the materials from abdominal region to the thoracic region. But when it comes to the cockroach, clearly observe here, my dear students, the diaphragm of the cockroach is perforated. Perforated in the sense, here we can find the pores, okay, here we can find the many number of pores. The main role of these perforations in the diaphragm is just to transport the blood, just to give and just to move the blood from one sinus to the another sinus, clear? Yes. So, here mainly mainly due to the presence of the diaphragm, it has been divided into 3 main types of sinus. So, first let us understand about the pericardial sinus, my dear students. Yes. So, first let us have a look on the pericardial sinus. Yes. So, this is the pericardial sinus, whatever you can see here. Yes. So, this will be the external segmentation of the cockroach, right, and here this is the diaphragm, okay, this is the diaphragm and this is called as pericardial sinus, okay. So, the pericardial sinus is nothing but the open space where the heart is present and the blood flows freely, okay. Yes, that is nothing but it is called as the open circulatory system, okay. Can you see here, my dear students? So, this will be the pericardial sinus where we can find the heart, and in the pericardial sinus the blood flows freely in the presence of the heart only, clear? Yes, and where we can find the heart? In the dorsal region. And now comes the most important question. So, here the heart of the the heart of the cockroach is of 13 chambered and it is tubular, my dear students, okay. So, if you see, you are going to understand, just observe whatever I am drawing here, we can find 13 chambers, okay. Just a minute, I am going to erase it, by that it becomes clear to all of you. Yes. So, here 13 chambered tubular heart is going to be present in the dorsal side, and this main space where we can find the 13 chambered heart, that is called as what, my dear students? Pericardial sinus. We can also call it as PC, yes, pericardial sinus, where we can find only 13 chambered tubular heart, clear? So, whether let us have a look whether it is going to have the 13 chambered heart or not, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13, okay. So, 13 chambers is going to be present and these are tubular, my dear students, okay. So, these are tubular in nature, clear? And in the 13 chambered heart, the main region is called as aorta, okay. So, the main part is anterior aorta, clear? So, the main part is what, my dear students? Anterior aorta, okay. So, now in these 13 chambered heart, the blood is going to flow. The blood is going to flow from the back to the front region, clear? So, this is one of the most important point that you all need to remember. Yes, okay. So, here in the 13 chambered heart, the blood always flows from the back to the front, my dear students. Okay, so it is not going to, it is never flows, okay, it never flows from the front to the back, okay, always from the back to the front the blood is going to be flown. Okay, so now just clearly understand. So this is the last, yes, so this what it is, my dear students, it is the last chamber, right. So from here the blood is going to flow to the anterior aorta. Okay, so now you people may get the doubt that, so this chamber is closed. Okay, so how the blood is going to flow from here, from the back to the front. So nothing, my dear students, at each part, okay, at each chamber of the heart, yes. So at each chamber of the heart, yes. So at the each chamber of the heart we can find the valves. Okay, at the each chamber of the heart we can find the pores. Okay, so just imagine this as the heart. Okay, and here we can find the pores. Okay, here we can find what, my dear students? Here we can find the pores. So with the help of, due to the presence of these pores, what happens in the sense, the blood flows from these, yes, from the perivisceral sinus, and it is going to be distributed freely inside this chamber, and next it is going to flow freely to the next chamber, my dear students. Okay, clear with these particular chambers how the blood is going to flow? Yes. So the blood always flows from the back to the front region, and the flow of the blood is going to take place due to the presence of the pores in each chamber of the heart. Clear? So from here each chamber of the heart is going to contain the pores. Okay, clear? Here one pores, clear? Yes. So just go on observing, my dear students. Yes. So all the blood whatever it is going to be present inside the perivisceral sinus, it is going to, yes, it is going to enter into the, yes, it is going to enter into the pericardial sinus with the help of the diaphragm. Okay, if you see this, okay, if you look into this arrow, yes, so this is the diaphragm and it is perforated in the nature. Due to the presence of the perforations, easily the blood is going to flow, easily it is going to cross, and easily it is going to enter into the heart chambers of the cockroach. Okay, so inside these chambers, due to the presence of the pores, easily it is going to travel. Okay, yes, easily it is going to travel from one chamber of the heart to the next chamber of the heart, my dear students. Clear all of you? Yes. So now all, yes, all the students just have a look here. So here easily from the perivisceral sinus the blood enters into the pericardial sinus. From the pericardial sinus the blood is going to enter into the hearts. It is going to enter into the heart chambers, and from here easily, okay, from here it is going to enter into the each and every chamber, my dear students. Okay, we are saying it as the 13 chambered tubular heart, right. So the blood has to flow from all the 13 chambers. So when the first chamber is going to be filled, easily it enters into the next chamber, easily it enters into the again next chamber. So in this way the blood flows in the one direction itself. Okay, the blood flows in only one direction, that is also from the back to the front, but never from the front to the back. Okay, so we are saying that always the blood flows from the back side to the front side, but students, it is not going to take place in the reverse direction. Why? In the sense, here we can also find few valves. We can find what, my dear students? We can find the yes, here we can find the valves. Okay, so the main role of these valves is nothing but, yes, whenever the blood is going to flow to the forward, okay, whenever the blood is going to be forwarded to the opposite chamber, immediately the valve is going to be closed. Okay, immediately the valve is going to be closed. Okay, due to the presence of the valves, always the blood will flows in the one direction from the back to the front. Okay, the valves will prevent the back flow of the blood. Okay, yes. So just imagine, so this is one chamber and here we can find the valve and here is the blood. Okay, so the valve gets opened and due to the opening of the valve, the blood flows to the next chamber. Okay, immediately this valve is going to be closed. Okay, so there will be no chance of the backflow. Clear, my dear students? Yes. So this is about the what, my dear students? This is about the pericardial sinus itself. Okay, still we need to discuss about the perivisceral sinus and the perineural sinus. Okay. So, clear about the pericardial sinus. In the pericardial sinus, 13 chambered tubular heart is going to be present. The blood flows from the back side to the front due to the presence of the pores. Okay, due to the presence of the diaphragm. From the perivisceral sinus, the blood enters into the pericardial sinus, and next one, from the pericardial sinus, all the blood is going to flow, and here what it is, my dear students, it is the anterior aorta. Okay, what it is? Anterior aorta. Okay. So, this is the most important one, and from the anterior aorta, when all the blood is going to be collected and filled at the anterior aorta, easily the blood enters into the head sinus. Okay. So, easily the blood enters into where, my dear students? It enters into the head region. We can also call it as the head sinus. Okay. So, from the head sinus, it is going to enter into the ventral diaphragm. Okay. It is also known as perineural sinus. Okay. Perivisceral sinus and perineural sinus. Okay. So, from here it is going to enter into the perineural sinus. Okay. So, in the perineural sinus, what we can find in the perineural sinus? We can find only the nerve cord. Okay. So, the nerve cord is present in the perineural sinus. The nerve cord is present in the ventral region. The nerve cord is present in the ventral region of the cockroach, whereas the heart of the cockroach is present in the dorsal region. Okay. So, when all the blood is going to enter into the perineural sinus, okay. So, from the perineural sinus, the blood easily, okay, from the perineural sinus, the blood easily it is going to move and it is going to be transferred to the perivisceral sinus. Okay. It is also called as the hemolymph. Okay. In the perivisceral sinus, what we can find, my dear students? In the perivisceral sinus, we can find excretory system, digestive system, gizzard, okay, next esophagus, alimentary canal, each and everything. Okay. All the organs which are present in the cockroach, they are found easily in these yes, perivisceral sinus. Clear? So, now just I am going to summarize about the circulatory system of the cockroach. Yes. So, it is going to contain, okay, internal segmentation is done with the help of the diaphragm, and the diaphragm is perforated. We can see three different types of diaphragms. Okay. Pericardial diaphragm, we can say perivisceral diaphragm, and ventral diaphragm or perineural diaphragm. Okay. So, and it is going to contain four main sinuses. Sinus is a space where easily and freely the blood is going to be flow. Okay. So, here generally in the pericardial sinus only 13 chambered heart is going to be present, and the blood flows from the back to the front, and at the anterior yes, at the largest aorta is called as anterior aorta. Okay. So, easily from the perivisceral sinus the blood is going to flow and it enters into the pericardial sinus. From the anterior aorta it enters into the head sinus, and from here it enters into the perineural sinus. In the perineural sinus, what is present, my dear students? Only, yes, only what it is going to present, only the ventral, yes, the nerve cord is present. Okay. So, due to the presence of the perforations, again from here the blood flows into the perivisceral sinus. So, now just quickly you all need to understand, yes. So, just I am going to summarize you, yes. So, here I am going to write how the blood flow is going to takes place. Okay. Yes. Let us have a look here. Yes. Yes, students. Okay. So, just take the screenshots, everyone. Yes. So, here first from the anterior aorta, okay, from the anterior aorta, okay, from the anterior aorta the blood flows into where, my dear students? The blood flows into the, yes, let me write once again, anterior aorta. Okay. From the anterior aorta the blood flows into the head region. Okay. So, from the head where it is going to flow, my dear students? To the perineural sinus. Okay. Perineural sinus. Okay. From the perineural sinus the blood enters into the perivisceral sinus. Okay. From the perivisceral sinus it enters into the pericardial sinus. Okay. Pericardial sinus. Okay, so it's not properly, I think, is it visible to all of you, my dear students? Yes. So clear, my dear students. So this is all about the blood vascular system of the cockroach, and once again I am going to show you this particular visual, by that it becomes easy to all of you. So it is a diagram of your standard Telugu Academy textbook as well as the NCERT textbooks. Okay, if you look here, we can find the 13 chambers, my dear students. What we can find? We can find the 13 chambers. So just yes, I need to explain the most important thing to all of you. Just look here. Yes, this will be the first chamber, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh chamber, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and here will be the 13 chambers, my dear students. Okay, so this will be the 13 chambered heart, and to the 13 chambered heart a pair of triangular alary muscles are going to be attached. Can you see this? These are the triangular alary muscles. Okay, so what is the role of the alary muscles in the sense? Just they are going to contract and relax. Okay, they are involved in the contraction and the relaxation. Okay, so to the 13 chambered heart only 12 pairs of alary muscles are going to be present. Clear with the blood vascular system of the cockroach. So this is the most important and most easiest answer from the entire Periplaneta americana chapter. Okay, and this is the most important LAQ question. Okay, so this appears damn sure for your IP examinations. So all the TS and AP people, just go thorough and understand these concepts, my dear students. Yes. So now we will understand about the respiratory system of the cockroach. Yes, clear with the blood vascular system. Now let us have a look on the respiratory system of the cockroach. Yes. So during the session starting itself, I have said you that there is no role in the circulatory system. Okay, so there is no role of transporting oxygen with the help of the circulatory system in the cockroach. Okay, so there is a special system which is especially involved in direct transportation of oxygen to the all the body parts of the cockroach. Okay, so here there is no role of the circulatory system. Okay, we can find a special respiratory system. That respiratory system which is present in the cockroach, that is called as what, my dear students? It is called as tracheal system. Okay, so tracheal system is a type of respiratory system which we can find in the phylum Arthropoda. Okay, so under the phylum Arthropoda, what we are going to learn, my dear students? Actually we are going to so we are going to learn about the insects, right? So all the members which are included under the phylum Arthropoda, they are going to contain the tracheal system which is involved in transportation of the oxygen. Okay, so now clearly listen here, the respiratory system of the cockroach. Okay, so the respiratory system of the cockroach is called as tracheal system. Okay, clear? It is called as the tracheal system. Okay, so it is called as the tracheal system. Okay, why it is called as tracheal system? In the sense, in our human beings also we can find the trachea. Okay, in our human beings we can find only one trachea, it is also called as the windpipe. But when it comes to the members of the phylum Arthropoda, they are going to have many tubular bifurcations of the trachea, hence it is called as tracheal system. Okay, tracheal system is nothing but many tubes. Okay, so tracheal system is nothing but the trachea which is going to be bifurcated and divided into many tubes. Okay, hence it is called as the tracheal system. Okay, but if I ask you the question that whether we are more developed or the phylum, the members of the Arthropoda, okay, whether they are going to be developed more, in the sense, the answer will be we only, my dear students. Okay, so we are going to have only one trachea which is going to bifurcate into the bronchus, bronchi and bronchioles. Okay, bronchus, bronchi and the bronchioles. Okay, so this type of bifurcations we can find in our human respiratory system. But when it comes to the cockroach, the trachea is going to be divided into many tubes, it is going to bifurcate into the many tubes, and next all the bifurcations, all the tracheal tubes are interconnected and they are involved in direct transportation of the oxygen to the entire body parts, my dear students. Okay. So, just clearly listen whatever I am going to explain you. This is the most important answer for NEET as well as, okay. So, this is the most important concept to be remembered for the NEET as well as, but when it comes to the IPE point of view, okay, for the IPE point of view, definitely you are going to get this particular question for 8 marks, my dear students. Okay. So, when it comes to theory, it is very easy, but all the thing you need to focus is focus mainly on the diagram, my dear students. Okay. Okay, focus everyone mostly on the diagram. Okay. So, it seems to be very difficult, but there is no doubt to skip these particular concept, my dear students. Okay. Definitely you will get for the IPE, and you are also going to get the questions for the NEET from any corner of this chapter. Okay. So, now let us understand about the tracheal system of the cockroach. Okay. Yes, yes students. So, when it comes to the tracheal system of the cockroach, okay, that is also called as, when it comes to the respiratory system of the cockroach, here in the respiratory system of the cockroach, we can find many openings. We can find 10 pairs of openings. Okay, we can find what, my dear students? 10 pairs of openings. Those are called as spiracles. Okay, those are called as what ma? Spiracles. Okay. So, all of you just have a look whatever I am drawing here. Okay. So, can you see, just observe the red colored structure whatever I am drawing here. Okay, completely we can find 10 pairs of spiracles, 10 pairs of openings which are present in the cockroach. Okay. So, now what is the main role of this presence of the spiracles in the sense? So, these spiracles are attached with the exoskeleton of the cockroach. Okay. Suppose if this is a cockroach, directly the spiracles are attached like this. Okay. So, can you see the circle here? So, this will be the exoskeleton of the cockroach, and directly to the exoskeleton what is attached? 10 pairs of spiracles are going to be attached, my dear students. So, due to the presence of the spiracles, easily the oxygen which is going to be coming from the external environment, okay, easily the oxygen present in the external environment is going to be directly transported to the internal body parts of the cockroach. Okay. So, this is only the main role, and this is only the special system that is only called as the tracheal system which is present in the cockroach. Okay. So, just have a look here. So, these are the spiracles which are attached directly with the exoskeleton. Yes, yes. So, these are the spiracles which are attached to the exoskeleton of the cockroach, and these spiracles will receive the oxygen from the external environment, and next one they are going to transport the oxygen to the entire body. Okay. So, generally we are going to find 10 pairs of spiracles. Okay. How many pairs, my dear students? 10 pairs of spiracles. Okay. So, 2 pairs will be present in the thoracic. Okay. So, 2 pairs of spiracles are present in the thoracic region, and remaining 8 pairs of spiracles are present in the abdominal region. Can you see here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay. So, these 8 are completely present in the abdominal region. Okay. So, under the abdominal region, how many pairs of spiracles we can find? Only 8 pairs of spiracles present in the abdominal region. How many pairs of spiracles present in the thoracic region, my dear students? Only 2. Okay. 2 in the thoracic region, okay, and 8 in the abdominal region. Okay. So, 8 plus 2, 10. Okay. So, completely 10 pairs of spiracles. Okay. So, these are nothing but just the openings which are attached to the exoskeleton of the cockroach. Okay. So, due to the presence and due to the attachment of the spiracles to the exoskeleton, directly it receives the oxygen from the external environment, and easily it is going to be transported to the internal body parts. Okay. So, to understand clear, just I am going to show you the hypothetical diagram, my dear students. Yes. So, now just observe here. Okay. So, just observe here whatever I am drawing. Okay. Just yes. So, just assume this as the spiracle here. Okay. So, just assume this as the spiracle, and here we can find, yes, the peritreme. Okay. So, this is called as the peritreme. I am going to explain you what is the role of the peritreme. Okay. So, from here we can find the trachea. okay. So the trachea is going to be bifurcated and it is going to give rise to many tracheal tubes, okay. So it is going to bifurcate and it is going to give rise to what, my dear students? It is going to give rise to many tracheal tubes, okay. So these all will be the tracheal tubes, and all the tracheal tubes and all the tracheal system is completely attached to the, yes, it is completely attached to the exoskeleton of the cockroach, okay. So it is completely attached to the tissues, clear now, okay. So this will be what it is, my dear students, it is the spiracles, okay. If you see here, we can find the longitudinal spiracles, okay, we can find the longitudinal spiracles, lateral longitudinal spiracles, in the sense, so to the sides of the cockroach, okay, to the all the lateral sides of the cockroach we can find 10 pairs of spiracles, and sometimes, okay. So if yes students, so the spiracles are just they are equal to the human nostrils, okay. So what is the main role of the nostrils, my dear students? Just we are they are involved in breathing only, right. So due to the presence of the cilia, due to the presence of the small hairs in our nostrils, they are going to purify the air, okay. So just they are going to prevent the entry of the dust particles into our body, right. So similarly, same like the human nostrils, the spiracles of the cockroach is going to contain a small bristles, okay. It is going to contain the small bristles which will prevent the entry of the dust particles, okay. So from here what it is going to enter? Oxygen is going to be entered, okay. From here the oxygen is going to be entered into the spiracles, and from there it is going to enter into the trachea, okay. Yes, so this particular diagram has also been given in your exam, yes, in your standard Telugu Academy textbooks, just refer to that, okay. Yes, so from here it is going to be transported to the trachea, from the trachea it is going to enter into the tracheoles, from the tracheoles each and everything, okay, from the tracheoles oxygen is going to be directly entered into the tissues, clear my dear students? Yes, here only trachea and tracheoles, but when it comes to the human beings, trachea is going to be bifurcated into the right lung as well as the left lung, and there it is going to divide into the primary bronchus, secondary bronchi and tertiary bronchioles, okay. So here it is nothing, my dear students, okay. In our human beings, the region, okay, from the alveoli we are going to exchange the oxygen and carbon dioxide, but here directly the spiracles remain in close association with the exoskeleton, hence the oxygen is going to be transported directly to the all the body parts, okay. So now let us understand what is peristream, okay. So what is peristream, okay. So students, the peristream is nothing but, so this particular structure, okay, the peristream, it is going to help to stop the respiration just for the fraction of seconds, okay. So just for the fraction of seconds it is going to yes, so just for the fraction of seconds what happens in the sense, it is going to stop the respiration, okay. So it is going to stop the spiracles, okay, it is going to stop the opening of the spiracles, okay. So the spiracles will close just for a few seconds with the help of the peristream, okay. It is just nothing but we are going to breathe like this, right. So when we are going to just take this 1 second for the exchange and for the inhalation and exhalation, same in that way only the peristream will help to stop the respiration, to stop the exchange of gases for a second, okay. Yes. Yes students, is it clear to all of you? The respiratory system of the cockroach, okay. So the theory is going to be very easy, but all the thing you need to focus mainly for the diagram, my dear students, okay. So it is most important, definitely you will get these particular question also for the long answer type for IPE. Yes, yes students, okay. So there is no chance to skip these particular answers, okay. Always be thorough with the concepts like digestive system of the cockroach, respiratory system of the cockroach, circulatory system of the cockroach, and still we need to discuss about the male and female reproductive systems of the cockroach, okay. So these all are most important for 8 marker type of questions, okay. So clear with the respiratory system? Yes. So if you have any doubts, all the online students just please let me know in the comment sections, okay. Yes, have a look on the, yes students, so just have a look on the NCERT lines. Respiratory system consists of network of trachea. Network of trachea in the sense the main trachea will bifurcate and opens into the many tubules called as tracheals, right. So, that open through the 10 pairs of small holes called as spiracles. Okay. So, how many spiracles we can find? We can find the lateral longitudinal spiracles. Lateral spiracles in the sense which are present at the sides of the body of the cockroach, okay, not me cockroach. Okay. Yes. Again look here, thin branching tubes, okay, tracheal tubes, okay, thin branching tubes in the sense, suppose if this is the trachea, so these all will be the branching tubes of the tracheals, okay. So, this we are calling it as the tracheals, okay. So, these tracheals are subdivided in, trachea is subdivided into the tracheals which will carry the oxygen from the, yes, oxygen to all the parts. And next one, the opening of the spiracles, okay, the opening of the spiracles is regulated by the sphincters, okay, sphincters in the sense these are the special muscles which will help in opening and closing of the spiracles, okay. And next one, exchange of gases takes place at the tracheals by the help of the diffusion, okay. So, the diffusion is the only process which will help to, okay, the diffusion is the main process which will be helpful for the exchange of the gases, okay. It is not that much complicated. So, with the help of the diffusion only easily the gaseous exchange is going to takes place, clear my dear students. But when it comes to the respiratory system of the cockroach, only all the thing you need to focus is especially on the diagram my dear students, okay. So, clearly you need to label all the 10 pairs, okay. First 2 pairs will be in the thoracic region and remaining, okay, and when it comes to the remaining 8 pairs will be in the abdominal region, okay. So, this thing you all need to focus for the IPE point of view, yes. So, this will be the last topic my dear students, just I am going to take 5 minutes. Just stay tuned with the extreme patience. This is all about the nervous system of the cockroach, okay. Yes, so all the online students just answer me where we can find the nerves in the cockroach, okay, whether they are present in the dorsal, yes, whether they are present in the dorsal side or the ventral side, okay. Yes, so the answer is the nerves we can find in the cockroach, okay. So, the nervous system we can find in the ventral portion, okay. In the ventral part the nervous system is present, at the dorsal part what is present? At the dorsal part we can find heart, okay, that is nothing but circulatory system, okay. So, clearly observe here whatever I am drawing my dear students, yes, yes. So, now clear, yes, clearly listen here whatever I am going to draw here, okay, yes. So, when it comes to the nervous system, yes, when it comes to the nervous system of the cockroach here, we cannot find any specialized brain, okay, we cannot find the well developed brain in the cockroach, okay. So, the completely developed brain is absent, actually the brain is absent in the cockroach, but with the help of the group of ganglions, the nerve impulse and the transmission of the signals is going to be taken place. So, now students, here we can find the pharynx and esophagus, okay, I am writing here, yes, yes, let me choose the another color, yes students. So, here we can find pharynx, okay, and next one we can find esophagus, okay, clear. So, at the head region we can find the pharynx and below the pharynx esophagus is present, right. So, now clearly understand whatever I am saying to all of you, okay. So, at the head region we can find the pharynx and below the pharynx we can find esophagus, right. So, at the region of the pharynx, okay. So, to understand clearly I am just drawing here my dear students. So, suppose, okay. So, this will be the head region of the cockroach, okay. Is it visible to all of you? Yes, yes, okay. So, suppose if this will be the head region of the cockroach, okay. Here the pharynx is going to present, from the pharynx here we can find the esophagus, next one gizzard, okay. Next ileum, colon and rectum, okay. So, this is just the hypothetical diagram, okay. Yes. So, now at the region of the head what we can find my dear students? Pharynx, right. So, now the region of the pharynx is called as, yes, the region of the pharynx is called as, yes, superior it is called as the superior, yes, it is called as superior esophageal region, okay, it is called as supraesophageal region, and next one it is called as subesophageal ganglion, okay, supraesophageal ganglions and subesophageal ganglions, okay. So, nothing my dear students, supraesophageal ganglions are nothing but, okay, first of all ganglions are nothing but, okay, the ganglions means the group of nerves, ganglions are nothing but the group of nerves, okay, and that group of nerves are of three pairs of ganglions we can find at the region of the pharynx, okay, here this region will be the pharynx, okay, at the region of the pharynx three pairs of ganglions are present. Ganglions are just nothing but the group of nerves, okay, group of nerves. So, this will, suppose if this will be the nerve, from here axon is going to be arise, okay, and from here again axon will arise, and to this axon again what is connected? Ganglion is connected, okay, again to this nerve what is connected my dear students? Ganglion is connected, and again these both the ganglions are going to be, okay, they are both are going to be connected with the help of axon, okay, clear my dear students. So, at the region of the, yes, at the region of the pharynx we can find three pairs of ganglions, and from the ganglions axons are going to be arised. So, due to the continuous attachment and due to the continuous connection and arrangement of ganglions with the axon, again axon with the ganglion, axon with the ganglion, okay. So, due to this continuous connection and the arrangement, the complete nervous system is going to be appeared like the ring like structure, okay. Can you see here my dear students, completely we can find the ring like structure, okay. Suppose this will be the ganglion, from the ganglion the nerve, the axon is going to be arised, this will be the axon, and again for the axon what is present? Ganglion is present, okay. So, completely the nerve ring like structure we can observe in the nervous system of the cockroach, okay, clear. So, now the three main pairs, the three pairs of the ganglions which are present at the region of the pharynx, they are going to give the structure like brain, okay, they are going to give the structure like the brain, okay. So, we cannot find the completely well developed brain, but these nerves, okay, these three pairs of ganglions which are present in the pharynx region, they are going to receive and they are going to transmit the signals to what my dear students? They are going to transmit the signals to the antennas, eyes, and the next one mouth parts. Can you see here? Optic nerves, okay, it means they are going to give the signals to the eyes, antennas as well as the mouth parts, okay. And next below the pharynx what we can find? Below the pharynx we can find the esophagus, right. So, all the ganglions which are going to arise from the subesophageal ganglion, okay, which are going to arise from the esophagus, those are called as subesophageal ganglions, okay. Subesophageal ganglions are nothing but what my dear students? Subesophageal ganglions are nothing but the ganglions which are going to arise from below the pharynx, okay. Above the pharynx supraesophageal ganglions are present and there are only three pairs, and below that we can find the subesophageal ganglions, okay. But the main brain is going to be formed, the main brain is going to be formed with the help of the ganglions which are present at the pharynx region, clear. So, now from here, from the subesophageal ganglion, so here we can find three main pairs, okay. One will be the prothoracic ganglion, so this will be of completely thoracic region ganglions, okay. So, prothoracic ganglion, mesothoracic ganglion and metathoracic ganglion, okay. So, this will be the ganglion, okay, this is nothing but the group of nerves. From the group of nerves the axon will arise, right. So, the axon will arise and they are going to give the appearance like a nerve ring like structure. So, from the axon again many nerves are going to be arised, many nerves my dear students. Can you see? See here, many nerves are going to be arised from the region of the nerves, okay. So, the ganglion is going to give rise to the axon, from the axon and from the ganglion again many nerves are going to be arised and the nerves will be distributed to the entire body parts of the cockroach. Clear all of you? Yes, this is most easiest one. So, you are not going to get this particular nervous system for the 8 marker type of question, but for the NEET point of view the nervous system is also most important. The nervous system is located at the ventral part in the cockroach, and here if you see how many how many pairs of ganglions we can find? Yes, students, this will be the first pair. Okay, yes, this is the first pair, my dear students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6 pairs of ganglions are present. Okay, 6 pairs of ganglions are present in the abdominal region, and 7, 8 and 9. Okay, 7, 8 and 9 pairs. Okay, not 9 pairs. 3 pairs of ganglions are present in the thoracic region, and 6 pairs of ganglions are present in the abdominal region. 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. Okay, 9 pairs of ganglions we can find in the body of the cockroach. Okay, the region of the pharynx, the supraesophageal ganglions are present. So these are going to form the brain like structure. Okay, so there they are going to give and they are going to receive the signals, and they are going to give the signals to the head, mouth parts, and the next one, what, my dear students? Antenna. Okay, so it will be the main brain. Okay, actually the pharynx is not present inside the head. Okay, the head part will be the separate. Okay, apart from the head. Okay, so apart from the head, the remaining portion that is going to be continued with the help of the nervous system. Okay, so that is the reason whenever if you are going to cut the head of the cockroach, even though it is going to remain alive, because the nervous system and the brain like structure we cannot find in the head region. Hence, if there is no head for the cockroach also, it is not going to be any difficulty. Hence, it can also survive because there is no nervous system in the head. Clear, my dear students? So, this is all about the blood vesicular system, tracheal system, that is nothing but the respiratory system of the cockroach, and the nervous system of the cockroach. Okay, for the IP point of view, the blood vascular system is most important, very most, and it is one of the easiest answer from this particular chapter. Okay, but when it comes to the respiratory system, please all the online students just please have a look and please focus on the diagrammatic view. Okay, the theory part is so easy, but when it comes to the nervous system, it is just important for the NEET point of view. You are not going to get any questions from this nervous system for 8 marker type. Okay, yes, in the next upcoming live session I am going to explain you about the male reproductive system and the female reproductive system of the cockroach. Okay, so that will be the last live session about the particular chapter cockroach. Okay, so all the online students please just stay tuned, like, share and subscribe to NEET World.